I put that. I don't know if you can hear that, Trisha, but I've been playing with the. Did you hear that?
Yes.
I didn't mean that to happen. I had a little test while we're waiting for people to come on. I had a little test that everything was working, and there was an update, and there was these new sound effects,
Yeah.
and there was a green screen, and me and the kids were playing it all. I didn't realise that would play when we went live. It's a brilliant piece of kit, but we have people on. Say hello so I can see who you are, ladies or gents. Mostly ladies in this group. So well, actually, it wasn't me who was hanging out in Jules's group. It was our lovely dame, who is, you won't know her, but you will soon because she's going to do your course, and she's our face of our Facebook Live on our main page, and she comes back. When do we go back doing that? I think in a week's time or something. And she said to me, "There's this amazing course coming up," and I had to check her out, and then I had to message Trisha, and she agreed very nicely to come on live, and it's our first live in a while, quite a while, and tell us all about what you do, why we should be doing your course, and a bit more about you. You used to be an actress, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, once an actress, always an actress, Chrissy. So there's no use to it.
Always.
And apparently, we're not even allowed to say actress anymore. It has to be actor. Actor. We're all actors. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's fabulous to be here. Lovely to meet whoever's there, and thanks, Chrissy. And I love Jules. I love her group. I just love Jules, and I don't think there's anybody in the world who doesn't love Jules. So there we go. That's something we've all got in common. And I basically have quite an interesting story because I'm quite old, to be honest, but I love being old. So when I say that, it's not like I get the violins out. I'm quite kind of, yay, go me. So I'll be 63 this year, and I set up a coaching business about 3.5 years ago. So complete madness. It was like, oh, I'm going to be 60 next year. How about I do this? I had, in a way, been freelance with my own business for years and years before that, but it was in such a different arena. So it wasn't in the business world. It was in the kind of arts, I suppose, because I was an actor and a speaker as well. And I also had been a mature student. I did a degree in communication. I did a lot of work with people with dementia, doing reminiscence. So I got really geeky about the brain. And so if you put all of those things together, it came out in a little package which said to me, I should be a communication coach. So that's what I set out to do. And that's what I do. But then I discovered, and all of you in business will know this problem, I discovered, how do I really get that message across? Because communication is like a huge word. It's not that big a word, but it's a huge subject. So how do I message this so that people sort of realize I can be of use to them? Because a lot of people, when you say, oh, communicate, they say, oh, that's good, so you know how to talk. Bit annoying, but I get it. It's not easy to put in a simple message. So I've had a lot of clients now, and I think everyone knows this, you learn and you learn and you learn and you learn, and you get kicked back and you think, why the heck am I doing this? And you decide you're going to give up and go back to the comfort zone you were in before. And then you think, no, I'm going to do it. And so I've been through that journey, and so part of what I'm able to share is kind of that, which I think is quite useful. But the other part, obviously, is my particular area of skill and experience. So I help people communicate their message, communicate their kind of special thing, their ideas, their personality, because that's got to be part of it. I'm very into helping people be real, and that's not as easy as it sounds. And I myself had that journey to go on, and then communicate that realness through either video or up on stage as a speaker, or networking events, wherever those communication moments arise, and taking advantage of them and enjoying them, which is like crucial. So yeah, that's the kind of things I work on with clients, and a lot of clients are absolutely, like, no way am I going to do video, no way am I going to do a
we
speaking
talk
thing on a
about
stage.
we talk about live and going video a lot in here. We've got a few people on. We've got Vicky, Claire, Debbie. Vicky says, "No way are you 63, Trisha," and she also says you are forever growing in business and life. Debbie's popping off to a market night. A market night. Good luck with that, Debbie. And yeah, if you're on, say hi.
Actually, I used to do market stalls. There we go. It's a funny bit of my
A lot of
background.
crafters still do. Well, they can't do them at the moment. A lot of them have had a very
No, I mean, this was back in
time.
the 80s. I go back a long way, which is quite fun. So I originally, yeah, don't get me on that. Actually, why don't I even start that? That's a long story. But I went to art school as well from school, so I sort of, yeah, I've definitely got this arty stuff going on, which is why I think it was so difficult to translate my kind of inner spirit, my soul, if you like, into being in business, because I kept
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
feeling I'm selling my soul, and it was that actually that was the light bulb moment. And that was when I realized, actually, this is what I need to work with people on, because I need to go on this journey. And I went on it. And imposter syndrome, I do a lot of talks on that, and I've kind of found an interesting perspective on that. And it's all that mindset stuff. So, and as an actor, you kind of have to go through all that kind of, like unlayering stuff. And so I talk about being forensic about the whole thing, because it's gets so easy to get depressed about all these little sort of instructions. You should be this, you should do that, oh, do this, that'll make everything successful. And oh, just be you. And there's nothing more annoying because you're thinking,
Well,
oh,
for crafters, we just want to craft.
yeah,
We are
oh,
crafting all
exactly.
day. We just want to craft, and we struggle with all the social media, getting everything out there, getting our faces out there, doing all the bits that comes with it. And people do need to know you.
Yeah,
They do. Your customers do need to know you. So this is why we try in the craft display to get everyone to do their lives and video.
they do need to get to know you. And it's a really interesting thing, because people would say, "Oh, well, it's all right for you, Trisha. Your background is as an actor and a speaker, so of course it was easy for you to get there, just do videos left, right, and centre, and get up and do talks." But actually, yes, in one respect, there's a certain pile of stuff that I didn't have to deal with, because I'd already been through that journey, so I was perfectly confident in some ways. However, in terms of actually allowing the real me out there in this context, boy, was that a challenge. That was not easy. So I would say to people, when you see people and you think, oh, it's all right for them, they're one of these extroverty, confident types, it's not always as I've got a big dollop of introvert in me, actually. So
It
it's
isn't
never as
easy.
straightforward as that. So I think the lesson from that is that for all of us, there is a process that you have to go on, a learning process. There isn't a magic. It's not like some people have just been born with this magic thing where they, yeah.
Yeah. No.
So my big thing is realizing that as soon as I did allow more of the real me out there and started doing videos on my main platform is LinkedIn, I guess. It worked.
Is it?
It was like, it was bit by bit, not instant like this, but bit by bit, people were engaging, they were
I'm sorry.
interested, uh, they were beginning to follow because they actually liked seeing my videos. So there was a real sense of, and people started saying, "Oh, I always love your videos," and being, and rather than just being, I mean, in the crafting world, there are lots of crafters. In the coaching world, there are a lot of coaches.
Yes, absolutely. We don't actually, I would say crafters don't really use LinkedIn. I'd say we'd use Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I like to do YouTube. This will go up to YouTube. I'm a bit more, I'm very comfortable with this and have been in a long time. Amy, doesn't matter if you're late, when you just started, my lovely. Vicky says that I remember how shy I was a few years ago, and I do remember. And I remember being in the chip shop, and it was a Saturday night, because Saturday night we have chips. And I watched your first live, and it was awesome. And she's now the face of Heartizan, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I come across as very bubbly and loud, but my way of hiding your anxiety. Yeah. But you're good at lives as well. Oh my God, Dolly is in the house. Hi, Dolly.
That's a really interesting one, and in fact, why did I take up acting in the first place? Duh, we've just heard the word shy. There we go. There's your journey. So, weirdly, doing the acting thing was the only time I kind of felt like I sort of existed, if that makes sense. So this is a cliche. You'll hear loads of actors say that they were basically quite shy people. But you know what? There's another angle to this, and this is what I'm actually writing a book at the moment. I'm very excited about it, and it's taking a different angle on imposter syndrome, and it's sort of turning it slightly, and this bubbly thing that we just talked about, and this shy thing. I suddenly had this thought. You know what? I wasn't necessarily shy. I thought I was shy, and I had the shy label put on me when I was growing up. But actually, what I think was happening was that I was suppressing my, and I call it feisty. And so there was this disconnect. And in that disconnect was this limbo land of me not really knowing who to be. So this may not make sense, and this gets unraveled in the book I'm doing with lots of entertainment value as well. But it's basically another angle on it is that sometimes we're just afraid to show our full kind of power, if you like, from a fear that we're going to not be liked. And it's a very, very deep human fear that we're not going to be liked. We're going to be rejected. People are going to say, who does she think she is? Oh, she's a bit of a show off. And I had that left, right, and centre, particularly when I started in business, because I had these opportunities to get up and do these talks because people knew that I was a kind of professional speaker. So there's a sort of sense of, oh, Trisha. And there was part of me which was thinking, oh, I better not do too many of this because people will just think, she's a bit of a show off.
We all feel like that.
With anybody, please talk to me about it, because I think it's not talked about as much as.
Well, Claire says she struggles with going live in videos. She does struggle with them. Amy says she's got no confidence in myself or her products before she met Heartizan. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's one of those things you need to just practice. It's like anything, isn't it? Oh, I think we've lost you.
Can you hear me?
You just disappeared a minute. Your voice's gone and it's come back.
Something dodgy about the mic in my laptop, because anyway, am I here now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Bad voice. No, there's I was talking about personal. We're all talking about personal brands. We are our brands, and that is what makes it so challenging. It's beautiful and it's lovely when you get there, but it is very challenging, because how easy is it to undervalue what we do, which is something I think we all do, until we have to listen to what people are saying when they say it's really great. And we also, any negatives go straight straight in here because it's kind of us. Of course, it kind of isn't, but we feel like it is, and it's in our human brain wiring to just immediately pounce on the negatives and completely discount the thousands of beautiful things that have been said.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and I think with us as well, if we maybe launch a new range and it doesn't sell and all this sort of things, is it because it's bad photos, or we're not going out there, or we're not doing lives? And there's a lot of stuff about in around my head. I apologise, I'm really hot and I keep steaming up. I have to keep taking off, I can't see.
Interestingly, is it us? Yeah, is it me? Is it the thing? And a lot of it is obviously is trial and error. But one of the things that does help a lot is this, and then I'm going to back it up by saying, like everything else that is out there, saying do this, do that, start with why, tell your story. It can all get a bit much. And what you need to do is strip back and come back to what you are about, and what this thing you're doing is about, and just that particular group of people who are going to love it. We all know you can't please everyone. And start thinking of some real human stories. And yeah, I always tell people to start making a story bank, as I call it. Just drift back into your childhood and school days and first romances and holidays and everything, and just start jotting down a few lines of these little moments in time that come to you, because somewhere in there you're going to find a link to a message you want to put out that links to the thing that you're trying to get people to engage with. And it might sound like a cliche now, but story really is very powerful. I mean, it just goes to places in our brain.
Absolutely.
So
Storytelling is huge.
Yeah,
absolutely huge. It's a big thing. So tell us about, I don't think we've got any questions. If you've got any questions, pop them in. It's time to do it. But tell us about your new program. It's what's it called again?
It's right. It's a 5. It's free. Okay?
Yeah, it's free. It's absolutely free. Free life.
It's because she knows firsthand, because I've done a bit of work with her. I am not a salesy type. Okay, so I am a value giver. I have been accused of over giving, but not very pushy. So you will just get a really good, useful thing. Okay, and it's a challenge, but it's a 5-week challenge, not 5 days. And this is very deliberate, because 5 days is quite overwhelming when you're running a business, and can you really? So it works for some things. So don't get me wrong. For some things, it's ideal. But with this, there are 5 steps and 5 weeks. So I want to give a week for each step. So there's nice, calm space to really think about the things that you're being set for that week, to engage in the group, to ask people for ideas, to share stuff, to get your questions together. So basically, you get the challenge set on Tuesday, and it starts on Tuesday of next week. So I'll pop up early in the morning on a video giving you the challenge. There'll be a worksheet, and probably an accompanying worksheet as well each week. So you don't have to rush. As I say, nice and calm and gentle. And on the Monday evening following that, I pop up to answer all the questions that you've given me within that week. Okay, anything that's cropped up, you think, but and does this, and do you mean, and what if I try? So it's 5 steps, and each week will work like that. And so step 1 is brainstorm the sweet spot of impact. I'll just tell you the steps. Step 2, identify your Roman columns of structure. The whole point being, sorry, I should have started by saying, is to get you posting that video. Sorry, I forgot about that bit.
Which we know that's Facebook loves. We know that.
So, number 3, check your art of engagement ingredients. And ART stands for alert, resonate, and tempt. And by the way, everything you do in these steps also translates into things like networking pitches, little speaker engagements, even conversations, because these ingredients are real foundational ingredients. And I've put them in an order that grows, grows, grows. So we go from idea through to posting. Step 4 is what I call Toto Day, because I'm a big fan of Wizard of Oz. That's the little dog.
Yeah.
But basically, it stands for try, observe, try, observe. And this is, when I say day, I mean week. This is a whole week of you just going crazy with nobody seeing it other than anything you want to post in the group. That's up to you. But basically, you're just going to keep doing videos and looking at them and saying, oh, God, I hate that, and deleting them and doing that with my support and guidance as we go. And obviously, this is built on all the other steps. And then step 5 is creating a post to go with a video and possibly a video series. What I'm trying to help you get is enough ideas and themes and connections and story to ultimately be equipped to put a series out, not just one, because it's really nice when people get a sense of consistency and a sense that they really do want to follow you now because, I like the style of these videos. Yeah, I get this. So those are the 5 steps, and they are deliberately layered to work quite a lot on the content stuff to begin with, because a lot of people start with saying, I'm useless on camera, I'm useless on camera. And my approach is to say, well, you will be useless, so would I be, if I hadn't really got to grips with what it is I'm trying to say. and also got to grips with the fact that it is me saying it, not some kind of robot over here. So it's that kind of feeling of connection with what you're saying that ultimately really, really does lower your fear levels. I've worked this out, over the years. So it's got a lot of thought, and it's also what I've done with clients. So I know it works.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge. And it's a Facebook group called Post That Video, or you go onto my website.
I think probably what the best thing to do is put the links in the comments.
I'll put the links
in the comments. So
can I get into the comments?
No, but when we finished, you'll be able to.
Oh, in the comments, yeah.
In the comments below where everyone's talking, if you put your links in when we finished. Vicky says she's very excited for the challenge. Amy says that she loves Toto Day. You said that you love Toto Day. I can't get my teeth in. Huge Oz fan. Wizard of Oz fan. And he used to hate going live, but she loves it now. We do go live a lot. We do try and get our lovely creatives to go live. But like I said, a lot of people who's not keen.
Well, the more help there is out there from different sources. We all contribute something different, a little bit of a different perspective, all of us. So you can't, what's to lose?
Absolutely, commit to a program, and you can just
because you've still got those little nudging deadlines, but they're a week, not so you're not kind of thinking, oh God, it's 8-9 o'clock in the evening and I haven't done the thing for today. It's
Yeah, sounds awesome. So I am really hot. Can you see how hot I am? I don't find it.
Worried about you. Are you okay?
I think it's because I'm in the kitchen and the kids have been cooking.
Oh right.
I haven't been. I've been doing a lot of. We're launching our website next week, so I've been sat doing a lot of branding, rebranding and stuff next to the window in the front room. It's been lovely.
Whereabouts are you?
In Gloucestershire, in Stroud.
I'm in Bournemouth.
No, I'm in Stroud in Gloucestershire. You're Bournemouth.
I'm in Bournemouth, which became famous over the last couple of days.
I've seen, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
What else have we said? You're hot stuff. I am hot stuff. It might be my age. It could be my age. Or it's really hot outside.
Dreamt of mentioning your age, but seeing as you brought it up.
50. I was 50 a few weeks ago. Lockdown, but
ooh.
Lockdown birthday.
Wow. Well, don't we look good for our age?
Do. Yes, I look an absolute mess because I haven't done my hair and I've been having a lazy Saturday, but I don't care. See, I've got over that. It doesn't bother me. My team knows I'll just jump on. I don't mind. It doesn't
And nobody's done their hair anyway, so we're all in the same boat, aren't we? So
bother
everyone's
me.
going on about, oh, my roots, my roots. And I'm thinking, thank God I never did the whole colour thing, because yay.
I'm not a very sociable person. I go live a lot, but in my life, I'm pretty like cracking on with my work. Don't see a lot of people anyway, so it's not a lot of difference to me.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm in a fairly similar boat actually, and I'm quite happy to be doing the online coaching and not have to worry about hoovering the sitting room.
Absolutely, I love it. I'm not worried about rushing down to Bournemouth Beach. I'm really not. It's not in for me.
Well, I'm going to leave you to go and have a cold shower
I
then.
think I'm going to. So please leave all your links. Thanks for joining us, ladies. It's great to see you. We will be live, I believe, if I get this right, on Thursday in here with another guest speaker. And Vicky and I are going to come back on the 6th, isn't it, Vicky? On the main page. What's she saying? Hello, Dee. How are you? We're just about finishing. We're just talking about the importance of going live in video and how Trisha's got a new program coming up. When does it start?
It starts on Tuesday. 5-week challenge. Post that video. 5 steps, 5 weeks.
You need as much help as possible, dear. I haven't seen you around in a long time. Stick in the group, lovely. I'm not so loving my natural hair. I miss my rainbow. Amy has. If she's in your course, you'll see it. She usually has a big rainbow.
Oh, well, no, I can see you'd missed that. Yeah, that's that. Well, we're back to the Wizard of Oz theme.
We
again.
are. Monday the 6th, we'll be back doing our lives. Yeah, there we go. It's great to come back and check Trisha's challenge out in the comments. Thanks for coming for us. That's brilliant.